America, the idea, is first and foremost a challenge. Make your own way if you're able. Reach your potential if you dare. No guarantee, just opportunity, with a premium on the pursuit straight ahead. Drift, and it'll cost you. Lose focus, lose ground. But this is also the birthplace of believing that no risk means no reward, and there's no hardship a little grit and guile can't overcome. Here, everyone's welcome to take a crack at living the dream. So go for it. The market is free for hunters of fortune. In a country built on self-reliance and united by a few self-evident truths. That's the idea. And it works at America's national championship, the U.S. Open.
Sitting high atop coastal cliffs overlooking the Pacific Ocean is a golfer's paradise. Unique in so many ways, the setting at the South Course at Torrey Pines in La Jolla, California, is one of the most beautiful in the country. And it is a true open course, long regarded as one of the nation's premier municipal golf courses, available to anyone lucky enough to get a tee time. Named after a rare tree that only grows in the wild along the strip of rugged California coastline, Torrey Pines is also a home of sorts to two of golf's greatest players. San Diego native Phil Mickelson learned his shot-making brilliance on the hole built in his backyard, and also grew up playing just a few miles from Torrey Pines. Another Southern Californian, Tiger Woods, has dominated this course since his father taught him the game as a young boy. So would a hometown champion be crowned? Could an English champion end a nearly 4-decade-long drought? Or perhaps a little-known yet likable journeyman could fulfill his lifelong dream. The stage was set for an epic competition, but nobody could have predicted what they were about to witness as the 108th United States Open unfolded into perhaps one of the greatest in the long and storied history of golf's most coveted championship. 156 of the world's greatest players descended on the longest course in major championship history, and it was another typical start to a day in San Diego, a slight marine layer in the morning giving way to glorious sunny skies. Hoping to become the first man to repeat as U.S. Open champion in 19 years was Angel Cabrera. And what a difference a year makes. El Pato struggled Thursday and was plus 10 when something finally went right for him at 17. He made it back-to-back birdies on the finishing hole en route to a 79, and along with Friday's 76, the defending champion failed to make the cut. Also hoping to win his second title was the 2006 champion, Jeff Ogilvy. He began his round on the 10th, and at the first had a 20-foot birdie putt for his third straight. Ogilvy had 5 birdies on the day en route to a fine opening round score of 69, 2 under. For the first time ever, the USGA created a dream pairing the world's top 3 ranked golfers together for the first 2 rounds. World number 1, Tiger Woods, second ranked Phil Mickelson, and number 3, Adam Scott. Woods, playing in his first championship since undergoing knee surgery in April, got off to a miserable start. His errant tee shot on the first led to a double bogey. Then, after a couple of pars, Tiger's tee shot at the fourth found a fairway bunker, leaving him a difficult second. But he would convert that magnificent shot for a birdie and improve to +1. Mickelson opened with 4 straight pars, but then his putter went cold as he made bogey at his next 3 holes. Up ahead at the 8th, another birdie attempt for Tiger. And that got him back to even. Adam Scott was 1 over at the 8th. And just like Woods, he was back to even. Scott, who broke his right pinky finger just 3 weeks prior to the Open, was in the bunker at the 18th.
Hear that soft sand, Dottie. Good shot.
Yeah, very efficient bunker player.
Gonna be a tap-in birdie for Adam Scott, and he is gonna post a +2 round of 73. Kind of the forgotten guy in this Tiger Phil hoopla.
Back at the 9th. Another birdie for Tiger, who made the turn at 1 under. Then at the 10th.
Mickelson for a 3 at the par 4.
He needs something to get jump-started, doesn't he?
The birdie improved him to 2 over. But his tee shot at the 12th found the second primary rough, and he paid the price. Another bogey. Mickelson back to +3. The 12th was also quite an adventure for Tiger, who never found the fairway and needed a long putt just to save par. A fantastic job of scrambling to remain at 1 under. Then at the next, Tiger in perfect position, just 56 yards to the green. This is 3rd to the par 5.
Bladed it.
And that one is nowhere to be seen.
Just trying to slip the club underneath the ball and get a real spinner, and aired the green. Bad mistake.
His chip back onto the green left him with another lengthy putt for par. And Tiger remained at 1 under. Up ahead at the 14th, Mickelson with a little 8-iron. The beautiful approach left him with a birdie putt he converted to improve to 1 over. But the 14th wasn't being so kind to Tiger. All he had to do was come up with a little pitch to the green, but instead he found the thick rough en route to his second double of the round, falling to +1. Then at the next, he was in danger of losing another stroke. Woods for par.
Well, he has sunk a number of long putts today, and add another one to the list for Tiger Woods.
All the speculation surrounding Tiger's surgically repaired knee was silenced until his tee shot at the finishing hole.
He grimaced on that one, Dottie. Like that was like, you know, that's a perfect line right there. But he did act like that. He either hated the shot or his knee hurt, one or the other.
Another look at Tiger's powerful swing shows the tremendous torque his left knee endures and the pain that results. Woods would limp home with a par to finish with an opening round 72, 1 over. Up ahead at the 18th, Mickelson looking to finish with a birdie.
Just to get it back to even. Yeah. And the local favorite is in the hunt after day 1.
A 5-time winner on the PGA Tour who has always yearned for a U.S. Open championship is Rocco Mediate. After a fine tee shot at the treacherous par 3 third, Rocco for birdie.
Good putt. You can see all the read you have to put into it. Right in the center, Rocco.
He improved to 2 under, and then at the 4th, a chance for 2 in a row.
Do it, baby.
Mediate to 3 under, and he wound up finishing at 2 under for his opening round. Playing in just his 2nd U.S. Open was little-known Justin Hicks. Hicks, however, made quite a name for himself Thursday, from just off the green at the 16th, looking to get into red numbers. He made 7 birdies on the day and finished with a fine round of 3 under. Another qualifier who was playing in just his first U.S. Open was Kevin Streelman. He was at 1 under through his first 2 holes and in the bunker at the 12th.
And Streelman just drills it.
Nice.
Streelman to 2 under. Ahead at the 15th, he was again putting for birdie. One of 6 birdies Thursday, an opening round 68, 3 under. So 2 relative no-names, Kevin Streelman and Justin Hicks, sat atop the leaderboard after 18 holes. 2006 champion Jeff Ogilvy and 3 others are 1 back. A group of 5 headed by 2-time U.S. Open champion Ernie Els is at 1 under. And there are the scores of some other notables, including Mickelson at even and Tiger Woods at +1. One of the biggest questions heading into the second round was, could the unheralded leaders continue their fine play? Streelman endured a triple bogey and double bogey on the front 9, but was putting to get one of those shots back at 13.
Time to ring the register.
Streelman back to even. But he lost 3 more strokes after that and finished with a par at 18 to slip from the lead to 3 over after 36 holes. It was an even tougher day for the other first-round co-leader, Justin Hicks. He was +2 for his round through 5, but then at the 6th, his pitch and run didn't reach the top of the slope, and the ball rolled backwards, not settling until it was some 25 feet away. Hicks with a double bogey at the hole and an 80 on the day, dropping him to +6 for the championship. Playing in just his second U.S. Open is 2-time PGA Tour winner DJ Trahan. After an opening round score of 1 over, DJ turned things around. At the 16th, he made one of his 3 birdies of the day against just 1 bogey to get to 1 under at the halfway point. Still looking for his first major championship despite 4 top 10 finishes was Spain's Miguel Angel Jimenez. He was at +4 after the first round, but was red hot on Friday. After a short tee shot at the 4th, he came up with this great approach with a fairway medal. He converted that for a birdie and was 4 under on the day. Then at the 9th, his final hole, he had this for birdie. Jimenez with a low round of the day, a 5 under 66, which gave him a 2-day score of 1 under. Trying to become the first European to win the U.S. Open in 38 years was Lee Westwood. He was at even and putting to get into red numbers at the 8th. Westwood to 1 under. 2 holes later, another birdie try from 25 feet. A second round 71 for Westwood at the midway point, and he was very much in contention at 1 under. Sweden's Robert Karlsson, who tied for 8th at the Masters in April, came to Torrey Pines looking to finally win a major. The 7-time winner on the European Tour, most for any Swedish player, was -1 when he hit this great second at the 14th. He made that for birdie, and ahead on the finishing hole, this was his 3rd from the greenside bunker.
Plenty of green to work with. Release the ball up to the hole. How about this? Oh!
Back-to-back rounds of 70, and his 2-day total of 2 under gave him the early clubhouse lead. Mediate was also at 2 under, but had this birdie putt from just off the 2nd green to take the lead.
Uphill putting toward the ocean.
Wow.
That had some authority to it, Johnny.
Yeah, that was sweet.
After a par at the 3rd, Mediate had a lengthy attempt for another birdie. The crowd was embracing him, and he improved to 4 under. But then he began to struggle.
Oh, so there's the first bogey for Rocco Mediate since number 14 yesterday.
Then, after another bogey at 12, he had this putt to get one back at 13. His score had fallen to just 1 under, but on the last hole, he had this for eagle. He would have to settle for birdie, but finished his round at even par and a 36-hole total for Rocco at 2 under. Tiger had hoped to avoid a poor start like the double he made at the first hole Thursday, but only fared a little better at his first hole, the 10th on Friday, missing a makeable par putt. Then at the 12th, he again missed a par putt, and quickly the world's #1 fell to +3. But then at the long par 5 13th, he was going for the green in 2.
He's hit this one very well and very high.
Watch this funnel to the hole now.
That left this for eagle. And the enormous gallery roared with approval, and just like that, he was back to 1 over. As Tiger was surging, Mickelson was struggling. He was 1 over, hitting his 3rd at the par 4 15. An errant shot that sailed over the green and against the bleachers, and Phil was in danger of a double bogey. But from the drop zone, he showed why he's one of the game's most creative players.
Oh man. Wow. That's a genius at work.
A great scramble for bogey, and he dropped to 2 over. Then chipping for eagle at the 18th. Inches from an eagle, he settled for birdie and made the turn at 2 over. After a couple bogeys at 16 and 17, Tiger was seemingly coming unglued. At the first, a poor tee shot meant he had to hit his second shot standing on the cart path. But it was a beautiful approach, leaving himself a 20-footer for birdie, but the shot did take its toll. On Tiger's downswing, his right foot slips, subjecting his injured left knee to extra torque and a hyperextension, and again Woods could not hide his pain. But as painful as the shot was, it was also the catalyst for the amazing brilliance to come. The birdie got him to +2, and he was 4 shots off the lead and just warming up. Again, putting for birdie at the next.
Should be straight up the hill here. How about that? How about that? So Tiger Woods, 2 consecutive birdies, picks up another stroke. Now just 1 over par, even for the day, and 3 back of the leaders.
The dream pairing was now fulfilling its potential. Mickelson to save par at the 3rd.
Right up that ridge, and then it will move to the right toward the back of the hole, the back of the green. And look at the emotion.
A pumped-up Mickelson remained at +2. Tiger also made par at the 3rd, but was back in the hunt for birdie at the 4th. And with that, Tiger had clawed his way back to even. And then another birdie attempt at the 5th. Five straight threes on the card to start the front 9. 4 of them birdies, and Tiger was now 1 under. Not to be outdone, Mickelson for birdie of his own at the 5th.
Gotta love it.
That moved him to +2, but Mickelson made 2 late bogeys to finish with a second round score of 4 over. Somewhat overshadowed by his 2 fellow competitors was Adam Scott, who came up with some magic of his own at the 8th. A near ace, Scott would make birdie, and like Mickelson, finished with a 2-day total of +4. Up on the last hole of the day, the par 5 9th, Tiger to close out a remarkable day. Injured and seemingly falling off the pace, Tiger instead shot an incredible 30 over the final 9, a 3 under par round, and the world's best was 2 under for the championship. Going into this championship, Stuart Appleby had 4 top 10 finishes in majors, but never a win. He was a 2-under and putting for birdie from the fringe at the 9th. That birdie improved him to 3-under to give him a share of the lead. He was a 2-under and in a tie for the lead, but had a long putt for birdie at 18.
He's got to come up that steep slope. Boy, this is really well done. Whoa, man! That was one he didn't expect to make.
That amazing putt closed out a round of 1-under and gave him sole possession of the lead halfway through the championship. His total score of 3-under was one shot better than Woods, Mediate, and Carlson. 4 others trailed by just 2. 80 golfers survived the cut and hope to use Saturday's 3rd round to position themselves for a chance at the U.S. Open title. But on this day, the 13th would prove to be very unlucky for the hometown favorite.
Phil Mickelson's 3rd.
That's a big old.
Down the hill.
This is like 6 flags right here.
Down the hill. That was his 3rd.
Look at
Johnny.
this ball, folks. And now it's a tougher shot than he just started with.
Now this is his 4th.
This is a tougher shot than the last one.
Really clipped it. Watch out.
He actually failed on a 3rd attempt to reach the green and made a quadruple bogey 9. And another U.S. Open disappointment for Mickelson, who finished his 3rd round at 9 over. Jeff Ogilvy continued his pursuit of his 2nd U.S. Open title. He was at 2 over, putting for birdie at the 12th.
Wow, was that pure?
That is right in the heart.
That thing never moved a half an inch one way or the other.
Ogilvy was 1 over for his 3rd round and for the championship. Jimenez was struggling Saturday, 2 over for his round, and at the par 5 9th, this was his 4th.
Very straightforward little pitch up the green. Look out! Oh, all kinds of ways to make birdie, I guess, Johnny.
Olé!
Jimenez went on to shoot a 3rd round score of 74, plus 2 through 3 rounds. DJ Trahan began his 3rd round at 1-under and had a lengthy putt at the 1st to stay there.
Wow, that will settle him down.
That is one ugly par.
He was plus 1 with another long putt, this for just the 3rd birdie all day at the difficult 12.
We're going to see a birdie here. Yes!
Trahan back to even and finished with a round of 73, plus 1 for the championship. The talented Swede Robert Karlsson struggled terribly Saturday on the front 9. 7-iron off the tee at the dangerous 3rd. A double bogey there dropped him to plus 1. He had slipped to plus 3, but on the finishing hole, a chance for eagle.
Out there, though, one thing for sure, it's fast.
Yeah, and then the thing kicked left pretty good. It comes back to the right. It's going to be
One half turn.
It's like yell some more, might blow it in.
This crowd of 4,000 might be able to blow on it and get it in there.
Karlsson finished plus 4 for the day, plus 2 for the championship. In the meantime, Tiger was hoping to keep the momentum from his 2nd round going on a hole that was his nemesis.
Coming off a 30 yesterday on the back 9.
Momentum. Left, to left, to left.
Wow.
3rd straight days missed this fairway.
His first hole struggles weren't over.
4 par, Tiger.
Ooh, did he hit it solid or chunk it? That was a chunky chip.
Last thing he wanted to do is leave himself a long bogey.
But that's exactly what he was facing. Tiger now hoping to drop just 1. And for the 2nd time in 3 days, he began his round with a double at the 1st. The 1st would also prove to be difficult for the 36-hole leader Appleby, who had this for par.
The weekend, for 90-something% of the players, the hole, it gets about, maybe 3 inches wide.
The bogey dropped him into a first-place tie with Rocco Mediate, who was ahead at the 2nd green.
And Mediate for the birdie to take the outright lead at 3 under. Good looking putt. Yes, Rocco Mediate.
After 2 straight pars, Tiger was 183 yards from the hole at the 4th, but hitting from the thick rough.
He's going with a stinger runner, and it didn't come out, huh, Raj?
And now it's turning a little bit more left than he wants and catches that front greenside bunker.
He would make bogey and drop to +1, 3 shots behind. Ahead at the 5th, Rocco with a birdie to stretch his lead.
Firm enough? Yes, it is.
He loves that putter, I'll tell you that.
Rocco Mediate to 3 under par, and the lead grows to 2.
Appleby had missed a birdie putt at 5 and now had what looked like an easy par putt.
Oh, that was a dead pull there, John.
Then the comebacker for bogey.
Oh, wow. How about 4 putts from about 18 feet?
Appleby tumbled to 1 over. Ahead at the 9th, he had a short putt for birdie. Another stunning missed putt left him with yet another short one. And again he misses. A 3-putt from 5 feet, and the leader going into the day went on to finish with an 8-over round of 79.
He's due, Murph.
Back at the 7th, Woods with a putt for birdie.
Just like that.
That got him back to even, 3 shots behind the leader Mediate. Lee Westwood was also at even, 1 over on the round when he had a birdie putt at the 10th. To -1, all alone in second, now just 2 back. Then on the same hole.
Big birdie chance for Rocco.
We heard a
Right-hand break.
Got it. That's a Rocco roar. They're getting louder by the moment here. It's a 4 under. The lead is back up to 3. Listen to that.
Up ahead at 13, Westwood with a birdie of his own. And he improved to 2 under, and again trailed by just 2. Back on the tee at the par 5 13th, Tiger trailed by 5 and needed to make something happen.
That's going right, Roger?
Yes, it is. He didn't like it at all.
No.
You know, if he gets it down there where it's trampled, I'm not sure he got that far over, but if he did, I would say there's a good shot that he might be just fine. Well, if anybody could get the job done, Rod, I think you got the right guy.
I'd pick him.
And this eagle, if he were to somehow get it, I think would change the whole championship. I really do.
By golly, this is a great looking shot if the distance is good.
That almost landed in the hole.
It certainly appeared that way. I don't know how you can hit a better shot than that. I don't. I have no idea how you can hit a better shot than that.
But now left with a brutally tough 65-footer that if he hit it too hard, could roll down the false front some 50 yards off the green. This was a pressure putt like few others.
There's that eagle I talked about that could change the championship.
How crazy was that putt?
In what had to be the most dramatic and exciting moment of the championship to that point, Tiger's amazing eagle at 13 meant a 2-stroke gain on the leaders. Woods was 1 under, 1 behind Westwood, and now just 3 behind Rocco. Then on the next tee, Tiger hoped to keep the momentum alive.
He started it right, but it is not turning. It is going to mess well right up in the gallery.
Tiger would go on to bogey the hole and fall back to even. But it didn't cost him too much. Mediate for par at the 13th. His 6 on the par 5 rattled Rocco, who slipped back to 3 under. Tiger, who had badly missed the fairways on the prior 2 holes, had driver in hand at the 15th.
That might be the knee there. That's the knee.
The shot was fine, though, but clearly he was in pain. And despite it, Tiger regrouped and went on to par the hole. Also at the 15th, Mediate, who missed just his second green of the day, had a tough pitch.
That's not good at all.
He made a costly double to fall to 1 under, giving Westwood a 1-shot lead. Then at the next,
Mediate for par. Up the hill, turning left. I don't think it'll break that much. But that's 4 over par the last 4 holes, and it all started with the short miss at 13.
Rocco and Tiger now trailed Westwood by 2. Up at 18, the leader had a short birdie putt to extend his lead.
He should make this.
That would have given Westwood a 3-shot lead, but instead it stayed at 2 as he finished 1 under for the day, 2 under par through 3 rounds. Back at the 17th, Tiger had an awkward stance and was chipping from the rough, hoping to get it up and down just to save par.
Oh, you gotta be kidding. Oh, he knows it too. He got away with one there. And one more look. Oh, obviously comes out much quicker than he expected.
Geez, those stands just about got rocked down.
The miraculous chip-in for birdie improved Woods to 1 under par, and he trailed Westwood by a single stroke. Moments later, Rocco at 17.
And Mediate for birdie.
This one very makeable, Gary.
Right to left. Yes, Rocco. There you go. Way to come back.
Get your mojo back, Rocco.
There's that smile again.
And now Mediate and Woods were both at -1. Westwood safely in the clubhouse with a 1-shot lead. Ahead at the par 5 18th, Tiger hit a much-needed perfect tee shot, leaving him 226 to the hole.
Well, he's hit it way up in the air, and the ball is cutting right of the hole.
It's almost like he doesn't really get a great chance to enjoy it. He just looks down and grimaces after another swing.
The amazing 5-wood meant a 2-putt would give Tiger a share of the lead. But Tiger wasn't thinking of just a 2-putt birdie.
Second eagle on the back 9 for Tiger Woods. That's what you call limping home. And he's in the position that he's been in that's put away 13 previous major championships. Get the knee up on ice, Tiger.
Look at this.
You've got another 54-hole lead in a major championship, and I don't think he's attained that kind of position quite like he did today. This has been absolutely remarkable.
A truly spectacular round indeed for Tiger Woods, who was 5 shots back at the 12th and now led Westwood by 1 and Mediate by 2 with 18 holes to play. Never in his illustrious career had Woods ever lost a major championship when he was the leader going into the final round. And since 1965, the final round of the U.S. Open has always been played on Father's Day. And fittingly, the enormous gallery was made up of fathers sharing their love of the sport with their children. Mickelson, who has been runner-up 4 times at this Open, had hoped this was the year in his hometown, but it was not to be. He did finish well, though. Birdie at 15, his second in a row. And then the winner of 3 major titles would close out his championship with another birdie. A final round 68 for Mickelson, who finished in a tie for 18th place at 6 over. Jeff Ogilvy started the day 4 shots behind and was putting for birdie at the 5th.
But he can flat putt. Just 81 putts through the first 3 rounds of this championship. He was number 2 in the field in that category. Jeff Ogilvy back to 1 over par.
Ahead to 7 again.
And Jeff Ogilvy now for a birdie. 91, little right to left in this putt.
Oh!
It's in.
That got him to just 1 shot off the lead, but he faltered shooting a round of 3 over and finished tied for 9th at +4. The 6'5" Carlson was trying to become the first man from Sweden to win a major. He was +3, hitting 4-iron to the green at 11.
Right back into the wind. A very small target at 214 into the wind. Elevated tee. Now that's a very good line, and it's going to roll off onto the green. It's coming back. Got some momentum coming off that fringe. Watch out.
He would make that for birdie and improve to 2 over. He lost 2 strokes on the 15th and 16th, though, to go to 4 over, but closed with back-to-back birdies to finish in a tie for 4th at 2 over for the championship. DJ Trahan got off to a terrible start Sunday, making bogeys on 4 of his first 5 holes. At the 11th, a 5-iron for his tee shot.
He's looking left. Not much left.
That is a beauty by Trahan.
That's a good shot.
He made that for birdie and trailed by 4.
And DJ Trahan moves it to +2.
Then after making par at the next, Trahan's 3rd to the par 5 13th left him with a very long putt for birdie.
Watch this. Well done, DJ. He goes to +1.
A 72 Sunday for Trahan, and he tied Carlson for 4th. That left 3 golfers alive for golf's greatest challenge. 2-time U.S. Open winner Tiger Woods, unheralded American Rocco Mediate, and England's Lee Westwood. Another poor tee shot at the first left Woods in trouble.
This ball's come out straight left, hits a tree, and kicks left again.
What starts he's had to his rounds this week, the worst of his career. It's amazing he's leading it.
His opening hole adventure wasn't over yet. This is 3rd.
Oh, he got it up too quick, hit the tree.
Can you believe this, Roger? Have you ever seen a start like this by
no,
Tiger?
I never have. This first hole is just giving him fits all week.
Yeah, but this is another notch worse than the other days.
He would go on to make his 4th double of the week, dropping to 1 under. And while Tiger was struggling, Rocco was surging.
Over to 2.
And Rocco Mediate for birdie to get to 2 under par.
He may be in the lead in a minute, Gary. This is a right edge putt.
Yes, sir. Good start for Rocco. And the fans love him.
Back at the 2nd tee, Tiger refused to use anything but driver, and it would hurt him in more ways than one.
Boy, went it that hard.
I don't understand that.
It's going right, too.
Roger, why would he hit driver here?
I don't know, Johnny. I really don't. I think he could take it across that bunker in the right if he wanted to.
And the first major grimace of the day comes at the 2nd for Tiger, who has been using his clubs as a cane.
A double bogey start dropped Woods to even par, 2 behind Mediate and 1 behind Westwood. After a bogey of his own at the 5th, Rocco had this to save par at the 6th.
He's going to drop another one. 2nd straight hole that he's bogeyed, and he's back to even and out of the lead, and Westwood is the man by himself right now. Back to the tee at 8, championship leader by 1, Lee Westwood.
8-iron in hand here.
It's a blind green. The players can't see, but just that right side, that little sliver over here, you can see.
Well, this on a good line.
There's a birdie.
Hasn't made one all day.
There's the shot of the day for him.
So +1 on the day, a chance to get it back to an even round today and increase the lead to 2.
That's a great opportunity lost.
And Westwood remained at 1 under.
Rocco Mediate 2nd at the 10th, 1 behind.
He made that for birdie and tied Westwood at 1 under. Back at the 9th, Woods made his first birdie of the day, forcing a 3-way tie at 1 under, but that didn't last long as his fellow competitor Westwood regained sole possession of the lead at 2 under with his short birdie putt. But on the next, the leader drove into a fairway bunker, leaving him 129 yards to the hole.
This one's come out low. He sculled it. This is out of here.
Flew the green.
Wow.
Westwood with a bogey, and once again, a 3-way tie for the lead. Ahead at the 11th, Tiger with a 3-iron off the tee.
Well, it's just a little left of the hole, trying to cut.
That's a heck of a shot. That was a beauty. That's going to come back. We saw this earlier. It comes all the way down within 5 feet. And there we have it. Tiger Woods on the prowl.
Is for the lead by himself.
The field's going to quiver if he makes this.
Would you have expected anything else? Tiger, after a +3 start in the first 2 holes, has birdied 2 out of the last 3 and has taken charge of the back 9 in this U.S. Open. Rocco at 13.
Shooting straight up the hill there, Mark.
And all the way from the bottom of the hill. Good looking shot here.
Beautiful shot. First guy to get it there, I'm going to tell you.
Now he's having some real fun, Murph.
Rocco with this to tie for the lead. The 13th hole would also prove to be unlucky for Westwood and Woods, whose great tee shots were 1 yard from each other. Westwood second from 292, and he was going for it.
And he's pulled a big pull yank left. Watch out here.
There's ice plant over there.
There is ice plant.
Woods, faced with exactly the same shot, could have laid up and had a chance for birdie, but instead he chose to play aggressively.
Oh, this is pulled. This is further left than Westwood's.
Oh,
How about this?
how about this?
They both made bogey at the hole, Woods dropping to -1, Westwood to +1. Ahead at the 14th, Mediate's tee shot found the greenside bunker, leaving him with this for his second to the par 4.
Rocco not going away. That's for birdie.
New leader, maybe.
Rocco's fans are happy about that.
Seemingly at peace like his belt buckle would indicate, Rocco had a 1-shot lead over Tiger Woods. At the 14th, after Westwood drove the green and missed the eagle, this for birdie.
Well done. Good play. Moves Lee back to even par. 2 shots behind Rocco.
Boy, did he need that, Murph.
Ahead at the 15th, the leader with a short putt to save par. Another miss by Mediate, and now he and Woods were tied. Westwood 1 back. But Tiger had troubles of his own at 15. This to save par.
Slightly downhill from here.
He has never lost a lead, a 54-hole lead in a major championship.
No. You know, with a 1.5 feet to go, that hit something and kicked left. It was breaking right into the center of the cup, and it nicked something and kicked it left. And he is not happy about that.
Tiger's bogey meant Rocco was again the leader. Woods and Westwood trailed by 1 with just 3 holes left. Rocco made pars at 16 and 17, and then at the 18th, another short putt for par. So after 72 holes, the 158th ranked player in the world, Rocco Mediate, was in position to realize his lifelong dream of winning the U.S. Open. It all came down to Tiger's last hole. His tee shot, though, found a fairway bunker. Eagle seemed out of the question.
Let's go, Tiger! Did he get it?
Oh, going right in the right rough.
Boy, that's a huge mistake there.
Tiger had to regain his composure if he had any chance to catch Rocco. From 105 yards away, he needed to hole out for the win or get it up and down somehow for birdie to force a playoff.
Can you get lucky and get the right distance? Look at this, gonna funnel down that hill. That's a pretty darn good shot.
He's going to need to make that, as Rocco watched it, for that perfect 13-0 54-hole record. And the major championship will be over.
Don't check out of your hotel, Rocco.
Now, Westwood in his third.
This is a much easier shot, Roger.
Yes, less than a full wedge here, Johnny. Only 74 yards.
He's never been this nervous, ever.
This looks pretty good. Spins. Well, took a big first hop.
Yeah, it's just hard to hit it that smoothly when your nerves are so riled up. Comes down to the flat stick.
And Tiger Woods involved in another dramatic conclusion to another major competition. And this crowd recognizing what he has been through this week after a third knee surgery on the left knee, grimacing his way to perhaps forcing a playoff.
Rocco could barely stand still. He was just moments away from winning his first major title if both Woods and Westwood failed to make their birdies.
Westwood's going to come up short. One last bullet for Rocco Mediate to try to avoid. 2 over 73 for Westwood, who began the day 1 behind Tiger.
Well, the scene is set again for Tiger Woods in a major championship. Look at this. It doesn't get any more exciting for Rocco than this.
Expect anything different? Rocco, you've got Tiger for 18 holes tomorrow.
Unbelievable. I knew he'd make it.
What a birdie from the lie he had on the third shot. And that ball went in by 1/100 of an inch. This ball could have lipped out just as easily as it went in.
But when you're Tiger Woods, they don't dare wiggle out. Another 72nd hole scene from Tiger Woods.
So with Woods and Mediate headed to a playoff, still a great championship from Westwood, who was 1 back. Carlson and Trahan finished at +2. Jimenez, John Merrick, and Carl Peterson tied at 3 over, and Heath Slocum used the low round of the week to tie Ogilvy and 3 others at +4. The 108th United States Open would be decided by an 18-hole playoff between the world's top-ranked player and a charismatic underdog. On Monday morning, after Rocco's drive found the fairway, it was Tiger's turn at the first tee.
And gets a nice kick out into the fairway.
It's good now.
Yeah. So both players in the fairway, and Tiger says, finally, I'm in good shape on the opening hole.
Mediate perhaps would have won outright if he had made some more short putts like the one he had for par at the first.
That's what I was afraid of. Not even close, Rocco.
Woods made par and quickly took a 1-stroke lead. Both players made par at the next and then headed for the dangerous par 3/3.
Ball hit very high and moving a little left to the hole. Pretty good looking shot, but it comes up short. It looks like it may have buried.
So Rocco had an opening with a 6-iron.
And it is coming in from the right. Whoa! Rocco is in the house.
A 2-stroke swing at the third. Rocco with a birdie, bogey for Tiger, and Mediate led by 1. After they both made par at the fourth, Mediate drove into a fairway bunker, leaving him 157 to the hole.
Wow.
Coming out left. Way left.
Uh-oh.
Hit the path. Hard path.
Maybe the second path. Oh, what a bad break. What the heck is that? That's on the 3rd hole, isn't it?
He went on to make bogey, and through 5 holes, both players were at 1 over. At the 6th, a perfect tee shot left Tiger an 8-iron from 185.
He's hit it very high, and he's shaping it right to left, but this is just right of the hole.
How about stiff? What a shot. Wow, that's a beauty. That thing was painted right down the flagstick. Playing it outside right.
And Tiger will have at least a 1-shot lead.
He just doesn't miss those putts. That's why he's Tiger Woods.
Rocco made par at the hole, Tiger by 1. Then at the next, Tiger again from the fairway, this time from just 145.
He's playing a draw, and it's drawing in just right of the hole. Yeah, good looking shot.
Very nice.
The A game is coming out, guys.
That's a green light birdie putt there.
Back-to-back birdies for Tiger, and he took a 2-shot lead through 7. But he made a bogey at the 8th, and then at the 9th tee for the first time during Monday's playoff, he showed the effects of his knee injury, which were once again clearly visible. Rocco with a short putt at the ninth. Mediate's miss of that 3-footer for par gave Woods a 2-shot lead again as they made the turn. Then at the 10th, Tiger putting from the fringe for par.
Another stroke of genius by Tiger.
Still at 10, Rocco with a 5-footer for par, the kind of putt that he had struggled with all week.
No. And Tiger's got a 3-shot lead.
After Rocco made par at 11, Tiger faced with another nerve-testing putt to save par.
This time, Rocco's going to dodge one of those Tiger par savers, cut into the lead, trails by 2.
Tiger picked up another bogey at the 12th, and then at the 14th, trailing by 1, Rocco for birdie.
Nice birdie.
He's got a chance here, Murph, to be even with Tiger with 4 holes to play if Tiger misses this upcoming putt.
I can't tell you how big a putt this is for Rocco and Tiger.
That's one that hit the edge that did not go in. We've seen a couple really crawl in.
Now we've been out here exactly 3 hours and a couple minutes, and it is all tied up.
Tiger hit an errant tee shot at the 15th, leaving him in a fairway bunker 170 yards from the hole.
Bill, he is shaping it right to left. This is a good-looking golf shot from back there. I'll tell you what, that is a great golf shot.
It's coming back, too. It's a Tiger shot. It's a Tiger shot.
Why would you ever doubt him in a position like that?
What a shot. Maybe the best shot he's hit the whole championship, especially with Rocco pouring the steam to him. Rocco's got to be just shaking his head right now.
Undeterred by Tiger's brilliant shot, Mediate stood over a pressure-packed birdie putt of his own.
Yes! Rocco says if you're going to pull shots off like that, you better make it to match me.
First long putt of the day. What a time to do it.
Rocco back to even, and now the pressure was back on Tiger, who had to sink his birdie putt to stay in a tie.
Rocco Mediate is going to have himself a 1-shot lead with 3 holes to go. It's Rocco's championship at the moment by 1 as they head to a long par 3 16th. The atmosphere here absolutely electric.
Ahead at the next, Tiger from about 50 feet for birdie and a tie. But just 1 turn short from an amazing birdie. Both men parred 16 and 17, meaning just like in Sunday's final round, Tiger trailed by 1 at the 18th.
If Rocco gets it in the fairway, he's going to have quite the decision to make, being 1 stroke ahead. But first things first, fairway right here.
This one is pulled again, just like he did yesterday.
In the bunker.
Yeah, boy, that's not a good shot.
Tiger eagled this hole Saturday to give himself the 54-hole lead. Birdied it yesterday.
And with the bad left knee and all the stories and the 3 eagles and the phenomenal shots he's hit that made people go crazy, it all comes down to this 1 shot right here. Hurt.
Little grimace doesn't mean it's not in the fairway.
There's Tiger. When he has to hit it, he does it.
It's a good lie, a little bit on the upslope. The lip should not be a problem. I think he's going to try and hit it about 165.
How's that look, Mark?
Well, it's headed up the right-hand side. Should be just fine.
Has 217 left of the hole, Dan. 198 to the front of the green. Wind coming from the left, but it's boy, it's just set up perfectly for him from here, John.
Yeah, this is like setting the scene. It's like, how could you make a Hollywood finish any better?
Hitting a high cut at the center of the green.
Didn't have a lot of room to play with there, but it is safely on in 2.
I think he's got the perfect club, folks. This could be close with that trap draw of his. With a slice wind, it's a green lighter.
Hold it just a little bit, Johnny, but it may be a good distance.
That's a very makeable putt right there. Not his best shot, but under pressure, that's pretty good.
Wow. Illegal today, a little left for birdie.
That's a lot of left.
So Rocco Mediate has a putt to win the U.S. Open Championship at the age of 45.
The biggest putt of his life, and Rocco couldn't get it to fall, leaving Tiger an opening to once again pull even.
You better not hit it right edge is all I can tell you.
You would not expect him to miss this. There's the birdie he needed.
But Tiger's done it again. Needed a birdie to force more holes, and he's done it.
A par putt to continue this U.S. Open Championship to sudden death. 90 holes through the 108th U.S. Open, and still not enough to decide a champion. Sudden death we go for just the 3rd time since it was instituted back in 1954. Rocco and Tiger play on.
Guy hits the fairway, he's got a huge advantage here.
24,000 people at least crowding this golf course for just 2 players.
Well, they're getting the show.
This ball going up the right side.
And it's okay. Stays inside the fairway line.
He's going to have a big advantage. He cut the corner, plus he already has 30 yards on Rocco, so Rocco's going to be going in with a long iron, and Tiger's probably not too many feet from where he made birdie this morning.
Rocco earlier this week drove it in the left fairway bunker twice, and earlier today he drove it in the right rough.
This one's going left again, Murph, toward that bunker. Maybe short.
No,
Jumped in. Just a hard hole, and that is up against the lip. That may not be good at all.
Rocco in a fairway bunker.
This one is pulled. That came out way left.
Rocco's valiant effort to become the oldest champion of the U.S. Open now seemed to be dashed. Meanwhile, Tiger's tee shot left him in the fairway just 157 away with a 9-iron.
It is low right of the hole.
Well played.
Tiger hit the last 7 greens in regulation, Murph. When he needed to, he just buckled right down.
Is the Cinderella story about to end?
Just couldn't get much spin coming out of there, so he's going to have to probably make a 20-footer.
It's to win now for Tiger. Hard enough. That one put him on his knees.
He doesn't want any part of watching Rocco putt.
Well, can Rocco do what Tiger's been doing to golfers now for years?
It's a slow putt. Got to get it there, Rocco, for the United States Open. You got to get it there.
This to stay alive in sudden death. And in one of the most remarkable performances of his career, Tiger Woods perseveres through Torrey Pines and wins a 3rd U.S. Open championship.
For Rocco Mediate, it was a bittersweet moment. He earned the respect of the game's greatest player and captured the hearts of golf fans everywhere. But in the end, came up just a little short of winning the championship he so treasured.
I never quit, and I've been beaten down a few times and came back, and I got what I wanted. I got a chance to beat the best player in the world, and I came up just a touch short, but I think I had him a little scared at once, which was great. He just said, "Great fight" to me, and that means the world right there.
For Tiger Woods, it was a familiar feeling he could never tire of. He had tied Bobby Jones, winning his 9th USGA championship. This was his 3rd US Open triumph and his 14th career major, putting him just 4 behind Jack Nicklaus. My colleague Bob Costas spoke with a champion.
Throughout the weekend, how much was the knee bothering you, and how much of a factor was it in this championship?
I'm glad I'm done. I'm done. All I can say is the atmosphere is what kept me going. You know, the tournament, being a major championship here at Torrey Pines, all the people. I could never quit in front of these people. It wasn't going to happen.
A final thought about Rocco Mediate.
And everyone knows Rock is such a great guy, and you know, Rock has been unbelievably nice to me and a great friend to me over the years, ever since my first year out here on tour. It was an unbelievable, gutsy performance. I mean, he played so well. He put so much pressure on me all day today, and he played well all week. It was a great battle all day, and also a great friendship, too.
The U.S. Open traditionally ends on Father's Day, in this case, a day later. But this is the first U.S. Open you've experienced as a father.
You know, I lost my dad a couple years ago, and I know how special it was in 2002 for me to bring this home and talk to him about it and share it with him. I can't do that anymore, but now I'm a father. I'm on the other side now, so this is part of the greatest tournament I've ever had.
The dramatic swings atop the leaderboard, the memorable shots and showdown in an 18-hole playoff, and overcoming sometimes unbearable pain, all added up to one of the greatest championships in the history of the sport. In what was truly a duel for the ages, Tiger Woods, the champion of the 2008 United States Open.